Have you ever felt a pain no one else sees? A quiet weight that lingers, pressing on your soul? It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand attention, but it's there, every moment. You notice things others ignore. You feel emotions others refuse to feel. You hear the unspoken words. You see the hidden patterns. And in a world that rewards surface-level smiles, this awareness feels lonely. Have you ever felt this way? Carl Jung understood this better than anyone. He said, the more intelligent and self-aware a person is, the more they suffer from the general unconsciousness of society. Not because you're broken, not because you're weak, but because the world fears those who see too clearly. From childhood, you learned early that asking too many questions is dangerous. Following your curiosity, risky. Speaking your truth, even riskier. And if you've ever felt out of place, like the world doesn't quite fit you, you're not imagining it. Imagine a dinner table full of chatter. Everyone laughs, plays along, follows the rhythm. Then you speak. Something real, honest. The room changes. Silence, awkward shuffles. Someone clears their throat. That sting. That's the cost of depth. People are uncomfortable around truth. Not because it's wrong. Most people don't think for themselves. They absorb culture, follow scripts, and avoid discomfort. Deep thinkers. You question everything. You see the illusions, the masks, the empty rituals. You feel what others refuse to feel, and that makes them afraid. Have you noticed how people sometimes resent honesty? They fear what they don't understand. That's you. From school to work, society rewards obedience, not insight. In school, memorizing answers, sitting still, following rules. At work, productivity, status, pleasing authority. In relationships, positivity over vulnerability. Everywhere you go, depth is punished. Curiosity is inconvenient. Awareness is a burden. Does this feel familiar? Pause and think about your own life. Encountering your own depth reveals the shadow in others. When you speak truths, people react poorly. They resist, mock, or distance themselves. You're not the problem. Your insight is the mirror. And the world doesn't like being shown what it has ignored. Have you ever warned someone, tried to help, only to be ignored or attacked? That's the shadow speaking. Deep thinkers are emotional magnets. People project their unresolved issues onto you. You absorb frustration, grief, fear, neediness. Silently, subtly. Over time, it drains you. You feel strong, calm, composed. Others lean on you, but rarely give back. If you've ever felt drained by others' emotions, you know what I mean. Even when you see the manipulation, ads, media, social pressure, it wears you down. Everything you perceive and process requires energy. Every headline, every image, every interaction triggers reflection and internal questions. Why are people pretending to be happy? Why is vulnerability hidden? Why does silence terrify them? Deep thinking isn't a choice. It's a responsibility, and it's exhausting. Being awake isolates you. The world applauds compliance, not insight. You can't pretend. You can't fake awareness. You can't ignore your sensitivity. Being awake is lonely, but this loneliness isn't emptiness. It's the space your soul needs to grow. Notice this. Loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about being unseen. Does this resonate? Every deep thinker carries a sacred task: to see, to feel, to reflect, to stay awake in a sleeping world. You aren't here to fit in. You weren't born to be understood by everyone. You were born to illuminate the truths people hide, even if it makes them uncomfortable. And that is not weakness. That is your calling. Radical authenticity comes at a cost. Friends may distance themselves. Opportunities may pass. The world may misunderstand. But hiding, that's worse. Every time you suppress insight, every time you dim your light, you betray yourself. Ask yourself, are you hiding to fit in, or are you hiding to survive? Solitude becomes medicine. Awareness becomes armor. Depth becomes your gift. When you embrace your inner complexity, you stop seeking approval. You stop bending to surface-level norms. You stop apologizing for seeing too much, feeling too deeply, or thinking too clearly. The world may resist, but those who resonate with your truth will find you. And together, you create light in the darkness. This is not just survival. This is awakening. And the world needs your depth, your courage, your insight. The question is, will you embrace it?